Welcome back to another video this week. Thought I would change it up just a little bit. So we're currently in my small little garage. It's really bright out here. Texas, Monday evening. I think it's a little after 4 p.m. But I'm excited because today we're gonna be talking about backpacks. Well, if you've been around the channel for quite some time, then you know that I absolutely love to talk about backpacks, unbox them, and review them. So this video is no different, except for the fact that I actually have no camera backpack. Now you might think, again, if you're new or whether you've returned, please go ahead and watch my recent camera backpack video, which is the PeakDesign EveryDay backpack version 2, the 30-liter in black. I actually ended up returning that backpack last week. I know, it was kind of a huge shocker. I did an initial review of the backpack, again, video somewhere here, so check that out first. Main reasons on why I returned it: heavy. The backpack itself, whether you have anything in it or not, it's a big backpack, not just in size, but it's the material. It's really great material, very quality made. I'm not hitting on the quality of it. It's just the fit and feel. The heaviness of the backpack itself was just not what I was looking for. So while on the trip to Europe, I took it to London. We then went on a plane to Milan and Florence and Rome, all these different places. And it sucked carrying around the 30-liter backpack. And this is, again, not even full with anything. I ended up removing the top little divider layer thing to make it more like a regular backpack on the top portion, and leaving the bottom for my camera and extra lens and microphone. So that, as far as the setup and what it could fit, I had no cons on that. It was the space was perfect. I knew that the camera was well protected. But when it came down to what I really needed the backpack for, it just was not it. So as soon as I came back, actually towards the several last days of my trip, I was thinking of, crap, I'm gonna have to sell this backpack, because it was, I think, a little bit, I wasn't sure when I had bought it, so if I was still in that return window. And somehow, I think it was the last night actually in Rome, I checked with, PeakDesign on my order, and I was able to return it. So I'm very thankful that I was able to return it. It sucked that it didn't turn out to be the backpack for me. Again, going back to some of the things that just weren't working for me, I spent a lot of time on the plane, especially to and from London. That's a good seven hours that way, and on the way back, it was close to 11-hour flight. Now, one of my biggest things that gripes with the PeakDesign is actually the flap, the way that it opens. When you have that sucker underneath your seat and you want to take something out, whether it be lotion, headphones, or whatever it may be, you have to take the whole entire backpack out to be able to access the clip to open it, because you can't just, like a regular backpack, unzip the top portion, grab whatever you need, close it back up, and then, whatever. So that right there was a huge con for me. Again, this is a backpack that I wanted to use when traveling, so the PeakDesign just wasn't it for me. Again, going back to the weight of the actual backpack itself, whether I had it completely empty, and I usually had my camera out, so I didn't even have it inside of my backpack most of the time when walking around the town, it was still really heavy. It was kind of a burden to be walking with a lot of people. It did stick out. I'll post a picture that I actually sent to one of my fellow Instagrammers, and someone who follows the channel requested a picture of how it looked on me. Yes, that looked like a turtle shell. But, so it was just kind of uncomfortable to walk around busy places with that backpack. So with that being said, what am I going to do from now until end of April-ish, when the PMxNomatic collaboration backpack comes out? I honestly don't know. Also, the other brown backpack that I took, which is in the, I think I posted a video about it as well. It was sent to me for kind of review and just kind of checking the bag out. I put the camera insert in it. I used it on day 2 of my trip, actually to the WB tour in London. I transferred all my necessities to that small backpack because I thought, ooh, that'd be a fun day trip backpack. I was wrong. That actually did not turn out as I wanted at all either. Main thing, I wish I had it set up, but I didn't. When you have all the things in that backpack with the camera insert, I don't know if you guys noticed any backpacks that just go all the way out instead of sticking to your back. There's like a huge gap between your back and the actual backpack itself. So it actually weighed down way more and felt heavier than it should have been. So that was a huge no. After day 2, I pretty much wrapped that sucker up and just put it in my suitcase and never touched it again. So that turned out terrible. I tried using a JanSport old backpack that I have. That also isn't working out. But I also don't want to spend money on a backpack knowing I'm getting 2 end of April, the Peter McKinnon, because I also bought that the camera cube that turns into a day pack. So that's really what I'm just trying to hold over until that time. I'm trying to be a responsible adult here and not spend money when I don't need to. So in the meantime, this is kind of what I have. It's not the greatest at all. It's pretty much bursting at the seams just because of the items that I have, because it's not meant at all for any camera gear. It's mainly very, very minimal. This was probably one of the first backpacks I had ever bought on, I think on Amazon. It's a Belkin backpack. It's really meant for minimal laptop, pens and paper kind of thing, and that's it. I have it stuffed with my necessities, so I am trying to go very, very minimal when it comes to this bag, but it is quite a lot of stuff that I need. So right off the bat, obviously one thing before it falls out is my contact solution. I do have a smaller bottle, but just for demonstrations. I need to carry this out with me everywhere because that blind life. Also, of course, you have the Sony WX-1000 Mark III or who knows what headphones in here. This does take a lot of space, unfortunately, but I love the headphones, and for editing on the go, it's kind of a necessity. Now I can kind of show you guys a little bit better what the backpack looks like itself. There's this pocket right here where I usually put the AirPods, chapstick, and a packet of tissues can fit in here. Right here sticking out is the cable for my SSD hard drive. Let me put that back, which is in the pencil compartment. So next to it in this little pocket here is actual SSD itself. Of course, I'm repping that, I don't know if you guys can tell, repping that Peter McKinnon Fly the Flag Pirate pen here. I'm like always wishing and hoping for that moment that someone needs me to fill out a form. I was like, oh yes, I got a pen. So I have that there. Unfortunately, one of the biggest cons is I did try to stuff a camera, or my same camera insert, of course, this thing. So I have this camera insert. As you can tell, it is very, very squished because it's not meant for a camera insert at all. So in order to transport my camera in one lens, I have to be very, very specific and choosy of what lens to bring. I have to take out the lens. So I need to put these on the actual camera in the back of the lens and carry it separately because it will not fit with any lens in here. So that really sucks. It's definitely not a run and gun kind of setup because I will have to stop, put the lens on, all of that stuff, then the microphone, and then the tripod, and then I'll be ready to shoot. So it's very much just a transportation method. So this great thing is my laptop in the Andar, the Chase case thing. If you guys want to know more about this, I'll link that video up here. So that is it. Pretty much all the cords and straps and whatnot I have like up in here. In this thing, it's this huge pocket right here, but because this part is so expanded and barely closes, I have to shove everything that I have in here all the way up here, leaving this space empty for it to kind of expand and use. And yeah, and then the only thing I have here, this pocket also goes all the way down, but unusable when I actually have the camera and lens in here. So the only thing I can have is my wallet. It has a little smaller, shorter pocket to catch the wallet. So that's what I hold in there. So this is my backpack that I'm using until the camera pack arrives. And I'm really sad. I was actually really, really close on purchasing the Brevet jumper backpack. But again, it just goes back to, do I really need to spend 120 bucks on a backpack just until I get the camera pack? I see the Peter McKinnon, the big, huge one for shoots. Like I'm going to a specific place to record, to shoot, whatever it means for a job, and I need all this gear. But when I'm traveling, I'm definitely channeling in my inner Craig Adams. Like, he knows, man, the smaller your kid is, you enjoy your vacations so much more. I never changed the lens out. I never used a gimbal or wanted to use a gimbal. The only thing I do wish was that I brought a drone, but that's a whole nother story. So when it comes to traveling, I am channeling the whole inner Craig Adams minimalist to the extreme, and literally only carrying one lens, a camera, SD cards. I didn't even need that whole entire pack, because at the end of the day, I unloaded all the stuff on my footage on my cards and formatted the cards ready for the next day. So I never ran out of memory. I never needed an extra SD card. So all of that weight I'm trying to cross off, because when it comes to traveling, especially abroad, you want to go as light as possible. You want to be as comfortable as possible. That to me is where the camera pack cube turning into a day pack of the PMxNomatic one will come in handy. I see myself using that pack as kind of my traveling everyday backpack, really. So I don't know, I'm really sad. I do really want, I'm like really interested in the jumper backpack. It looks really awesome, looks comfortable. Maybe in the future when I have that extra money, but that is definitely not right now. So yeah, that's where I am right now. The person that is obsessed with camera backpacks literally has none right now. So it's really different. It feels weird not having a dedicated camera backpack. I miss it. I really hate it. So April, please hurry up, Nomatic. I hope manufacturing goes smoothly and gets shipped out ASAP, because I desperately need a camera backpack. So that was my little rant of camera backpacks in general. If you guys have any suggestions, or if you have any questions of any camera backpacks and kind of what my thoughts are on them, please comment down below. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. Again, I'm working on some really cool stuff for you guys, so please hit that bell so you get notified when I post new videos, because I don't have a steady upload schedule. I am sorry about that. I am trying to work on it, but there's so much, life is just freaking crazy. So one day I will get a proper upload schedule. But till then, I will see you guys next time.